On the job 1, use the formula to calculate the surface area of a rectangular prism. For big paint jobs, the surface area measurement must be more exact than for a small job, such as painting a closet. Calculate the surface area of the exterior of an industrial storage container that is 45 feet long, 9 feet 6 inches wide, and 8 feet high. So what we need to find is the total surface area of a rectangular prism, which equals the area of all 6 sides. So in past chapters, we would have drawn the net and found the area of each of the 6 rectangles and added them up. But now we can use an equation to help us determine the surface area of the rectangular prism. So we have the length of the container and the width of the container. Length times width would be the area of the top or bottom, and we have 2 of those. So we have 2 times the length times width, which is the area of the top or bottom. The length and height would be one of the sides of the container, but because there's a left and a right, we do the length times the height, which would be the area of one of the sides, and we multiply that by 2. Plus the 2 times the width times the height. So the width times the height would give us the front and back of the container. We multiply that by 2 because they're 2 sides. So this is the equation for the surface area of a rectangular prism or a box. Is 2 times the length times the width plus 2 times the length times the height plus 2 times the width times the height. We can shorten that up by saying find the area of each side, add them up, and then multiply it by 2. So this is the formula that we will be using throughout this course. So the surface area of a rectangular prism or a box is 2 times the length times width plus length times height plus width times height. So when we're working this out, it's really important. We're going to simplify what's in the brackets here first by doing our 3 multiplications and then adding them up. And at the very end, we multiply by 2. So our container is 45 feet long, so that would be our length. It's 9 foot 6 inches wide, so that's our width. Please note 9 feet 6 inches. 6 inches is half a foot, right? Because 12 inches is a foot, 6 inches is half a foot. So when we put it in the equation, we put it in as 9.5. Okay? If you need help converting from feet and inches to a decimal, please let your teacher know, and we can get some work on that. So we have the length, which is 45, the width, which is 9.5, and the height in our question is 8. So if we fill all those values into our equation, we get 2 times 45 times 9.5, so that's the length and the width, plus the length times height, which is 45 times 8, plus the width times the height, which is 9.5 times 8. So the first thing we do with this equation is we do our 3 sets of multiplication. So 45 times 9.5 is 427.5. 45 times 8 is 360, and 9.5 times 8 is 76. The next thing we do is add up our 3 numbers, which totals 863.5, and our very last step is we multiply by 2. And we get an answer of 1,727 squared feet for the surface area of this container.